my question is to our Treasurer. How is the Morrison government's well-established record of providing tax incentives and tax cuts to small family businesses, especially in my electorate of Reid, helping the Australian economy to generate more jobs for all Australians? And is our Treasurer aware of any alternative policies?
The Treasurer has the call.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker. I thank the member for Reid for a question and acknowledge her experience in small business, also as a psychologist, and more than 13,000 businesses in the electorate of Reid are able to apply and benefit from our expanded instant asset write-off, including Jada's Cafe and 5Doc, which has used the expanded instant asset write-off to get a new kitchen. Now, Mr Speaker, there is a fundamental difference between the values that drive the economic policies put in place by this coalition of Liberals and Nationals and the values that drive the coalition on the other side between the Labor Party and the Greens. We believe in lower taxes for families, we believe in backing small business to grow, and we believe in encouraging the individual and their enterprise. And those policies include cutting taxes for small business. And we have cut the headline company tax rate for small business down to 25%, the lowest in 50 years, Mr Speaker, the lowest in 50 years. And we've also put in place the biggest investment incentives that Australia has seen. And those incentives are driving more investment in machinery and equipment across Australia and across businesses in Reid and other electorates represented in this side of the House. And today, in the ABS job data, the payroll jobs data for the last fortnight, we have seen an increase in jobs across the country, Mr Speaker. Jobs are now 3.9% higher than going into this pandemic. And jobs are now higher in every state and territory, Mr Speaker. The Australian economy is on the road to recovery. Now, I'm asked, are there any alternative approaches? Well, the 12th man of Australian politics, the person who brings out the drinks, the member for Rankin, Mr Speaker, he came, Mr Speaker, and gave a speech last night. It was an 11-page speech about himself. 11-page speech about himself. And he spoke about his credentials for the job. He described his experience as being unusual, if not unique. And what was his biggest credential for this job, Mr Speaker? Having worked for Wayne Swan, Mr Speaker. The Treasurer,
The Manager of Opposition Business on a point of order.
Yeah, Mr Speaker, on your first day in the chair, point of order on direct relevance. On your first day in the chair, you ruled that it was going to be in order for questions about alternative policies. What he's talking about now has nothing to do with policy.
It's alternative policies is the question. Alternative policies was the question. The Treasurer has the call, and I'd ask the Treasurer to remain relevant to the question.
Well, Mr Speaker, the member for Rankin has showed us what his alternative approach was. It was at the last election with $387 billion of higher taxes that he was the co-architect of, that he said he was proud and pleased of. Higher taxes on superannuation, higher taxes on housing, higher taxes on your income, higher taxes on family businesses that he wants to bring back. Only this side will deliver lower taxes for all Australians.